Everyone thinks you need like 10 properties to get rich. Okay. In fact, you really don't. And it gets worse because like there's some people that are like, you need 100 properties, you need 4 million properties, you just gotta get 30 homes and then just 1031 and 10 exit. And there's have you seen that guy on Instagram that like makes fun of like Grant Cardone and all these guys like, just get $1 billion, it's fucking easy. I was like, anyways, you really just need 4 or 5 properties and then you're free. Okay. So I don't know if you know Coach Carson. I follow him religiously. I don't do like everything that he does, but like a lot of the stuff he does, I'm trying to implement and into my rental business. So what he talks about is basically there's a couple options to have like 4 or 5 paid off properties, and don't click out yet. Don't be like, I don't have $700,000 to pay off. Hear me out. It takes some time, but one option is to buy like 8 to 12 properties with other people's money, or a combination of other people's money and primary residence and maybe a BRRRR or whatever, just like actually doing the work to find deals. And then after a couple of years, you have 10, for example, and you sell 5 to pay off most of the other 5, or at least like 2 or 3. And then you do the compound effect, or like the snowball effect, where you like try to pay most of them, or at least have like low equity, low debt to income, low loan to value for these properties. So then your cash flow is bigger, so you have a base. So like let's say you're spending, I don't know, $8,000 a month for your expenses, and since you've paid off these homes or most of it, then maybe you're making like 4 to 5 in cash flow. So not your entire thing, but like you're pretty much lean fi at that point, where like most of your necessities are covered, and then you have options. Really, that's what it is, right? So again, the people telling you need like 10, 20, 40, 50 units, I think it's just probably just for clicks, or like for you to join their mastermind or whatever, because I bet that those people telling you that, like they kind of did the Coach Carson thing, where like they had a couple paid off and then they started doing other stuff, and then now they're trying to sell you on like doing 50. But you can do the 50 if you want. Like if you enjoy that, that's cool. You enjoy rental properties, like you like that, like go for it. Like, but get the base first. That's what Coach Carson's saying, and like that's what I'm kind of going towards. Because then at that point you can keep investing. I mean, you can always like refinance if you want more debt for some reason, like, and invest in something else. But probably the peace of mind of having that paid off and having a base, then it'll kind of clear your mind to see what you actually want to do. So I think the big problem with when people buy rentals, they either buy in like bad areas, or they buy just very tight with the whole mortgage to rent ratio, or they don't buy more than one dwelling per parcel. Like, and let me explain. So like my whole strategy, if I were to start over, I would do all primary residence, 5% down, conventional, and try to find something with a basement or an ADU or something every deal. Okay, so that means I have 2 or 3 different dwellings in one parcel. Here in Raleigh, North Carolina, you can. It's kind of hard to find 3. 2 is, it's not easy, but it's easier obviously than finding 3, because here in the Raleigh market, the multifamily, I'm not sure if I like it so much. The areas that we have the duplexes, triplexes, and quads are not like the best, I would say. So I like to look for properties that are like single families with an ADU in the back, or a detached garage, or potentially a basement. I don't like basements as much because it's like you have somebody under you, so sometimes you got to deal with more headaches. Sometimes it's just one AC unit instead of 2, and then you maybe have to buy a split system, and it gets more complicated, right? So that's what I would do. First year, well, like in the next 5 years, I would try to buy 3 to 5 properties with an ADU or with a basement or whatever. So then I have, 6 to 10 units, only like 3 to 5 properties, and then you have more cash flow. You still have your job, or whatever job you're doing, and you're trying to pay off aggressively, like saving and paying off, trying to pay off one, or at least doing like a 50% loan to value type thing where like your cash flow is heavier and you have a base. And then at that point, you can keep investing more. Okay. You kind of take a break, right? You're investing either more. Now you have 10, 20, 30 properties if you want to, or you just start doing other stuff. Whether it's YouTube, whether there's another business, whether whatever. But I like that idea just because most people don't do the whole rental thing because they love being a landlord. They don't love like saying like, hey, can you change the filters? I had to do that yesterday. Most people do the rental thing because at some point they want to be free, right? So why not before? Why not like now-ish in 10-ish years than 30, 30's fine. Like you'll have a way better retirement than like 99% of people. But if instead of like aiming for 20, you aim to like have 5 paid off and then you keep on investing later, that's fine. I understand the argument against doing that when you're younger. Like I'm 32, almost 33. And somebody was like, but dude, you're like a billionaire in time, like if you just keep using that leverage and you keep acquiring more, can you imagine at 50? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm 50, So that's the whole thing. It's like you can't have your cake and eat it too. So like I'm leaning more towards like the paying off and then maybe getting a HELOC out of it so I can still have somewhat liquidity than like buying like 20 and like being crazy rich at 50. Like I want to have more options now, if that makes sense. So like I could die tomorrow. Like that's kind of like there's not that much happiness after a certain amount of money or cash flow. Money only solves money problems, I guess. So I mean, you can always buy a more expensive lunch, but it's like it doesn't bring me happiness. But it brings me more happiness is time and like options and like being able to pick up my daughter early or whatever, or like going on a trip whenever the heck I want. So that's why I'm leaning more towards that. I don't know if I touched on because I had to re-record this. I don't know if I touched on the people that buy like cheap deals. They buy in bad areas or whatever. But that's something that's bad. So if you buy one dwelling, you buy in a bad area, like your turnover is going to be worse. You're probably not going to end up keeping it. Like it's going to be such a headache that you're just going to end up selling it, probably for a loss or whatever. So like be careful, like location. It's like a thing. It's like, it's real. Okay. So instead of chasing more properties, just get the book, Small and Mighty Real Estate Investor, read that, and then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So, again, 4 to 5 properties, low down payment, primary residence, move out, rent it out, like the sneaky rental thing. That's fantastic. So you'll have appreciation, like probably with these 4 to 5 properties and like 5 to 10 years, you probably have $2 million plus, easy. Like you're renting like $2,500 each, like whether it's a short term, midterm, you can even get more. 4 properties, that's like 12 to 20K right there, minus whatever expenses. Maybe you're netting more than 10. And that's a pretty good life. I don't know who like there's people saying like you need to be making 20 plus stuff. I don't think so. To have a pretty good life. I mean, if you're comparing to people that are like surgeons or whatever, like making a crap ton of money and like putting stuff on credit card, but 10K passive with the ability to work, like I think that's fantastic. So I think you just need 4 to 5. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me in the comments that I'm wrong. I've been thinking about this a lot. I don't think you need more than 4 to 5, really. Because again, most people don't get into real estate because they love being a landlord, or you know what I mean? Most people get in there because they want just more options. They want the mailbox money that they talk about. So you just need to be patient because this is not obviously not right away. It's a very simple strategy, and you gotta have a plan, and you gotta implement, and you can't deviate from you can't just like, a busy bee, like trying to do 1,000 different things. Like you have a plan, like I'm going to buy this, I'm going to pay off, this is how I'm going to pay off or whatever. Once you start making more money, obviously, like your lifetime inflation, like it's not easy. It's just like a simple thing. Okay. So again, get the book, Small and Mighty Real Estate Investor, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.